A wise man once said, do what you've always done and get what you've always got. And muscle ups are no exception to this rule. I've seen loads of people get to the point where they have all the prerequisites nailed down, but repeatedly make attempts at just having a go to make it through the rings. And when that doesn't work, they end up frustrated and having no idea where to go from there. A wise guy also told me that muscle up attempts are essentially like the test. And if you fail the test, you don't just repeatedly go back and take the test. You need to go and revise. So in this video, I have 3 revision exercises, supplementary assistant exercises to help you develop what may well be the missing aspect strength-wise in helping you achieve your first muscle up. That's coming up next. In CrossFit, we spend a lot of time working on overhand or pronated grip pulling exercises. We do it on deadlifts, we do it on cleans, we do it on pull-ups, we do it on chest bar pull-ups. But it's actually gotten to the point where it's quite rare that we'll encounter a supinated or palms up facing grip. Often until we actually get to the point where people are coming up to attempt muscle ups. Where if you've seen, we end up in this false grip. What I'm trying to get across is that we need to do more supplemental supinated rowing type activities, and that's where our first exercise comes in. So right now, take a look at the supinated barbell bent over row. Now, most of us who've done CrossFit for any length of time have come across and familiar with the ring row, but there's a couple of crucial points that are absolutely essential to nail down if you want to make this exercise effective for helping you to achieve the muscle up. The first of those is making sure that when you draw your elbows back, that you maintain this 90-degree bend. You're never going to develop the required shoulder extensor strength, that's this movement, in those powerhouse muscle groups like your lats, if you're returning your ring rows into glorified bicep curls. And what I mean by that is that often what we'll see is that halfway through the ring row, it ends up looking like this, where we close down this gap and your forearms end up squashing your biceps. So what I want you to make sure of when you're doing this exercise, 2 things. 1, to make it specific for people attempting the false grip muscle ups, that you're in a false grip. So the wrist crease is rested round and it doesn't slip off into a neutral wrist position the whole way through. The second point is, I want you to make sure that when you're drawing those elbows back, that you keep that 90-degree angle and there's no change in your elbow position from start to finish. The cue I like to use for this, as random as it is that imagine you're trying to balance an egg on your forearm. So you don't want to let it slide it off, but equally you don't want to squash it and crack the egg at any point by bending your elbows up. So with that said, take a look at our second exercise, number 2, the false grip ring row. Bosh. Alright, now our third exercise is a little bit of a Globo Gym classic, and I think anyone who's ever been to any kind of Globo Gym or done any kind of bodybuilding routine will have heard of or done the Lat Pulldown. Yeah, I know, okay, before you start making a noose for me CrossFitters, don't worry, I've changed it up a little bit. And the point I'm trying to make here really is that the lat pull down, if used correctly, can be a really effective exercise for developing the shoulder extensor strength that we need when it comes to things like chest to bar pull-ups and muscle-ups. Now, classically, there's a lot of mistakes made in the technique that really hinder our actual lat recruitment when performing it. And those things are like having that really excessive lean back and pulling the bar down and really extending the back, and also when we perform the behind the neck variation on the machines, as much as it may well get lat recruitment, it can be a little bit of a risky position for the shoulder due to how closed off that subacromial space can become, and makes it quite a liable position for impingement. So in my opinion anyway, the benefits really don't outweigh the risks in terms of likelihood of injury. However, that being said, if we can tweak it a little bit to almost cut out what would be the middle of the bar that we'd use, so that we can change the line of pull to be straight through our heads, then we can get all of the benefits of the lat pull down exercise for lat recruitment without any of the negative side effects. So, without further ado, here's our third and final exercise, the banded lat pull down. Skadoosh! Thanks for watching, and if you have any suggestions for a next video, go ahead and post your comments on the AthleteFIX Facebook page.